This creature is called Oculus. It's supposed to be like a bird. I don't know if it looks like a bird. Those are the wings, I guess, and feathers. But it's called Oculus.
A one new project. 1/7 is finished. The last one. Leave 1/7.
This shows the crowds around here.
That's his job.
We're walking past Oculus. And we're going to walk underneath Oculus, by the way. You'll find all the restaurants. You may go in and take another look at that. Little graffiti over here. There's some people washing the windows. I don't know if I'd want to do that job. I'd be very brave to do that. This building over here is the new Performing Arts Center. It wasn't in the original World Trade Center, but it's the Performing Arts Center, which is an add-on. The King and Queen of England are coming here on April 30th, 2026. So it might be a little closed up. This is 180 Greenwich Street. This is where you can see the falls and reflection pools. This is the North Pole here, and the Memorial Museum is across the road, along with the South Pole. More people were killed in the North Building, and this is a building that actually accurately frames the size of the foundation of the North Tower. The North Tower was the first tower that was hit, and there were more people killed in that tower. In the South Tower, people decided to get out before the second plane hit. Now let's explain some of the other features of this. When you walk around the North Tower, all of these are names of people who died while in the North Tower. Notice how the lettering is not raised, the lettering is indented. It's indented to signify their loss. This is the largest waterfall in terms of feet in North America. And you'll see it goes into what you could call an abyss, that square hole. But when it goes into the abyss, that's signifying the loss that people feel forever for all those who die. That's sort of like, as I described, the hole in your heart. When someone dies that you love, there's a hole in your heart. Now see this with a flower? That means it's her birthday. You see his birthday. Stephen Lilienthal. People come here and remember the people who died and put a flower in their name as a way of remembering them. Now these are just people who were in the building in the North Tower who died. And from any angle, you cannot see the bottom of the abyss. Remember the total loss. It's to give you a feeling of loss. Bangio. Now we're approaching the South Tower. This once again surrounds the base. Now there was once again, you can't see to the bottom of the infinity loss to express the loss of the people. And this is more waterfall area. There was a competition to build this. And there were 5,200 submissions from 63 different countries, and 13-person jury determined who would win the design. In January 2004, design submitted by Michael Arad and the landscape architect Peter Walker, called Reflecting Absence, is chosen as the winning entry. With twin waterfall poles surrounded by bronze parapets that list the victims' names of the 9/11 attack, almost 3,000 people killed, and the 1993 World Trade bombing, which other people were killed, and they have 400 swamp white oak trees that are around this area. You can see the swamp white oak trees. They picked them because they look pretty nice in all seasons, whether it's fall or winter, whenever it may be. Now they also listed all the firefighters who died here, not just the people in the South Tower, because there were less people killed who were working in the South Tower, and they listed people who died subsequently in what they called the pit from various diseases, from some of the gases that were coming in from the actually from the burning bodies, I believe. But there's 400 of these white oak trees here. We're walking around. Now you can get a map online that will show you where you can search for any name you're looking for. The names are not put in alphabetical order. They were put next to people who knew each other in terms of people who were occupants of the building.
Oh, let's not the top. I'm gonna ask the. Oh no. Well,
This is a back view of the oculus bird. From this angle, it looks more like a bird, doesn't it? You see those glass windows on top of the bird? They're lined up so that on September 11th, the angle of the sun comes right through between those two buildings and illuminates that structure inside brighter than ever. This is the survival tree. It was found by the workers in the pit, and it survived the explosion and fire from the planes crashing into the buildings. It was taken by the Parks Department and nurtured back to health, and then replanted here. They took shoots from it and grew a lot of offspring and seeds, and wherever there's a disaster anywhere in the world, they send them cuttings, small plants, and seeds. Here you can see the numbers of the engine company that the firefighters came from who died. There's Michael Judge, the fox that we tell you about in one of our other videos in Kinsale, Ireland. It was built in his honor by one of his nieces. There was a nurse in New York, and she retired back to Ireland and planted a tree, so this is a firefighter's job. There were more than 300 firefighters who died. And here on this is the South Tower, and they give you the names of the firefighters who died, their battalion, and where they were from. Is a memorial to the firefighters. It's carved into copper, and you can see at the top of some of the copper it's starting to change color. As you know, copper will oxidize to sort of green color of the Statue of Liberty, and the oxidation process has already started here. And this talks about the firefighters. This is a memorial dedicated just for the firefighters who died. And I'll show you when we'll take you back here, and we'll show you the names and photographs of all the firefighters who died and the memorial for them. These are the photographs of the firefighters who died 9/11. When most people were running down the stairs, they were running up the stairs. Put out the fire, because that's what their training told them to do. Sadly, they all died. 343 of the city's bravest, in memory of those who fell and those who carry across all cities and towns, while fallen friends. Looks like the law firm of Holland and Knight paid for this memorial. Good firm, I know them.